Hello, Gravy Timothy's, and welcome back to another fun. Someone put me out of my misery. Just kidding. I'm here. I'm loving it. Okay, now I feel kind of bad after the last video where I completely failed to realize they had actually just added new paths to Afghanistan. I don't actually feel bad because Graveyard of Empires still sucks. So I thought I would come in today and actually have a look at some of the paths I've already done in Graveyard of Empires and see if Paradox has actually made them better. I also need to remember to take this off recruit difficulty. I actually went back in time for a video on the Slop channel where I went back to HOI4 1.3. Don't worry about that, but every time you do, it puts you down a difficulty. So first things first, let's have a look at Afghanistan and what they've added here. You know what, actually, let's make this useful today. I'm probably going to play a little game as all of them, but we may as well go for an achievement just in the background while we're doing this, right? Just like while in the background you're watching this video, you should wake the hell up and hit the like button, please! Okay, do any of these seem really easy for us to do? As Afghanistan control all Himalayan states, as Afghanistan become the owner of Palestine and America, as Afghanistan occupy all of the starting Raj states. None of these seem that easy to do, I'll be real. You know, actually that's one thing. I hate achievements like this. I think there's the Welsh-Argentina one as well, which, unless they've changed something, this was essentially just a releasable. And then with that releasable, you then need to go do something annoying. Well, there's no fun achievements for me to do as Afghanistan, but maybe there are for the other guys. So for now, let's just have a look and do a path, shall we? And we'll get to our consensus on whether or not this is better. So I do believe these are the new little paths they added for Afghanistan. And I guess we go down, pick one, and see if they work any better than the path I did for the achievement last time, which was this one right here. Now, I probably won't do a full game as Afghanistan here. One thing I do want to look out for, though, is I'm assuming we probably have to do a civil war in here and see if it's any better than this one, where, you know, the AI spawns with just as many units as you do. Boys, look at this. It's time for real fun Afghan time. So we have 7 units. They have... question mark. Now, in all fairness, I didn't do the focus contact rural maliks, which actually does give you, I think, more units and gives them a bad modifier. I just wanted to see what it's like because we already kind of know Afghanistan. We tried it recently, but just want to see if it's any different, any easier than we already know. And there, you know, that's the horse that makes the tank noise. Oh yeah, look though, they definitely still start with the same amount of units. What I don't like about this is it's just bogging you down, and you do actually have to do this for a lot of the paths. And I get it, alright, you know, it is a bit of a skill check. But if you were going to do a lot of Afghan gameplay, which I don't know why you would, I can see this being really annoying. I didn't really have much of a problem last time. I did do these 2 focuses right here, and maybe the Japan one as well. But yeah, just look how many units they have. And Japan, you know, Afghan's not like a great place to be fighting, unsurprisingly. Graveyard of Empires and all. We'll just console through it anyway. We were just looking for an answer, and we got our answer. So I did the Mughal path as India, and I'm not too sure how different the Mughal path as Afghanistan is, but should we do it? I guess we could do it just to see what it's like in comparison. I guess I have something to compare it to. This one's definitely the more interesting path in my opinion, though. We're getting this integration of pretty much every Muslim state in the world by the looks of things. 185 states you can integrate. I mean, literally right there, you can get Central Albania, Ankara, and Bosnia as claims, and then I'm assuming cause. And then the middle one here is a Bukharian Emir. I can't see anything too interesting, especially compared to the Mughal and the Golden Emir paths here. One thing you do get, though, is, I think, elephants. Well, this doesn't even give you elephants. I guess, does it actually not give you elephants? I thought it was. I guess not. I've just been lied to by my own brain. Anyway, we'll try the Mughals out. I mean, right now, we've got, this guy looks actually pretty Chad. Not too sure about this flag, though. That doesn't look so Chad. One thing they have not changed is just how quickly these paths just evolve into you fighting a major power. I've just gone through Timur bureaucracy, and then I go down to Home the Shamshir, and then straight away return to Delhi, go fight the UK TLDR. Oh, I know you do get elephants. Okay, I just didn't see it over here. I forgot that there was this little branch off path over here. We've reorganized the Royal Guards, and you get yourself modern cataphracts, which, niche but kind of useful at the start, I guess. And then war elephants, which are a lot better than heavy cavalry, I could tell you that much. Elephants are absolutely insane. They have some great modifiers. Yeah, I definitely can't fight the British right now, so I'm not too sure how Return to Delhi is gonna go, but we'll see if there's a peace out option. I'll just delete all the units by mine and see if we get a peace option. One thing I definitely want to check out is to see if they fix that nuclear Gandhi path, or if it's even still in the game. I can't remember. Did they take that out? I gotta go have a look at that immediately. Okay. Moment of truth, which is doing a little bit of it. I love the fact this also calls Belgium in. Oh my, so I'm just gonna delete every unit but ours on the map, and then we'll just walk in and we'll see if there's a peace out. If not, I guess I guess it's not. Okay, India capitulated, and I see nothing for a peace out, which means I do think you do just have to go capitulate the UK now. And isn't that beautiful? We don't get cores on any of this stuff either, do we? No. I do believe our next focus does give us some cores though. And then what about the crown of the world? Does what does that do? Oh wait, no, here you go. There is integration. Oh my, wait, can you only do one at a time? Oh my god. I mean, it only takes 7 days, but at that point, why don't you... Why can't you just spam it? What's the point? I think it's definitely safe to say the Mughal path as India a lot better than this one, for the simple fact, you know, you don't have to be in the endless death war with the UK. So yeah, there's not too much I have to say about the Afghan tree. It does just lead to exactly where it led before, which is, oh, you flipped. Go fight the Allies, which... No, I don't want to do that. I think we really do need to introduce, you know, a few scripted peace deals or just something like that. Why am I red now, actually? Oh, I'm the Timurids. That's why I'm red. I was like, did I just turn into the Raj? It is really weird, actually, how you turn into the Mughals and then into the Timurids. Surely it should be the other way around, but I guess that's the quirk of this, huh? Yeah, I don't really recommend this path. Maybe on non-historical, you probably get lucky if the British give up India or they break free somehow. You get yourself that free goal on them. But if that's the case, you have to do for this. It's not that great. Next up, we're going to have a little look at Iraq, and then I want to check out that nuclear Gandhi path and see if they've actually changed that up, and if the weird quirks you get around the nuclear Gandhi path, like the destruction with factories permanently, if that works now, because it did not before, or if it's even in the game anymore, because I didn't really read too much into the dev diaries around Graveyard of Empires after, you know, they were doing all the fixes and stuff, so they may have just, you know, snuck that out of there. I'm going to be real with you. I'm not actually entirely sure what they have changed with the Iraq tree. Have they changed anything? I'm assuming that they reworked something. I think I remember them saying they reworked the Kurdish path a little bit, so it's not just a cakewalk in flipping your entire country to Kurdistan. The way I'm actually doing this now is I'm looking back at the original dev diary where they announced the old focus trees and trying to just decipher what's been added and what's been removed. Well, for one, you do actually get the Sadad-Abad Pact actually in the game now. This originally was just locked. It was fully developed, I think, for the most part, but just not integrated. Now it is, so you get the shared focus tree between everyone that actually signs and says yes. But genuinely, other than that, I don't think the Iraq tree's changed. Maybe some of the prerequisites or some of the focuses have changed, but I can't obviously see that from an image. And yeah, it's not looking great. I guess what we'll do, I'll go down the Kurdish path and just see how that plays out now. I didn't actually look if there are any achievements for Iraq I want to do, but I think we might just skip the achievements thing, actually. I don't know if I want to do that. But I guess since you'll probably never see me do a Kurdish playthrough on this channel, this is your one time. So make sure you bookmark this video for the archives. So we start off with promote Kurdish identity. We still keep all of this part of the Iraq tree, which I didn't assume you wouldn't anyway, but I guess it's kind of funny that you still will have the Royal Iraqi Army. We'll see if that changes actually when I go and flip to Kurdistan. Wait, I can crack down on Kurdish separatists and does that just break my focus tree if I do that? Or is that just like a funny thing you can do? Well, let's find out. Let's do the funny thing right there. Wait, that's all you have to do just to get rid of the Kurdish resistance up there? Just one thing you could do at the start of the game? They're gone? Where'd they go? Don't you worry, they'll be back. Right now, actually, I can launch a revolt. All right, Soviets are down. They're giving us a little bit of aid, and then we're going to launch a revolt, and that is just a brick of text. Look at all of that, you know. I think we've got one of the damn... Is that the Empire State Building there? I can't... Or is that the Burj Khalifa? There's so much text. So we remove Iraqi army, we get the Kurdish army, and then I assume somewhere in there it says Civil War. somewhere. Now, let's see. Do we get the old Graveyard of Empires? They've got the same amount of troops as I do, but, you know, this is a much better place to be fighting than Afghanistan, I'll tell you that much. Oh, we get a formidable. We have Mesopotamia. I forgot about that. We can restore the cradle of civilization. And, well, that looks like... So to get that formidable, you need to beat the UK, France, and Persia. And on top of that, also got to get you a little bit of Turkey. I don't think my Kurdistan can currently do that, considering what I'm looking at. Okay, how hard is this going to be? We have a much better terrain advantage than Afghanistan. I'm not sure where all their troops are, but I'm assuming if we just run for these VPs and get Baghdad surrounded, we should be fine. I'm pretty sure that quote was also something George Bush probably said at some point. We got him surrounded in Baghdad. Can I just force attack in there? It's not looking great. It's very slow. Yeah, we should be fine as long as their other divisions don't move and we don't have to get that VP, which I'm really hoping we don't. We just take Baghdad and yeah, there we go. Easy. Now the question you've all been waiting to have answered, does this it does change to the Kurdish army. Wow. You know, somebody actually put the thought and effort into that and not a lot more of the DLC. So obviously there's not too much else left to do here as Kurdistan. I'm going to keep going till we've reached the end here just to see if I'm missing anything, but yeah, that was Kurdistan. Not too difficult, I guess. Wait a second. Apparently there's an achievement to have just 100% stability as Iraq. That's right, boys. Welcome back to HOI4's. Today we're going for, as Iraq, build maximum infrastructure level in all core states and achieve 100% stability. Oh wait, do I actually have to be Iraq or just the Iraqi tag? I guess we'll find out. I mean, I think I'm a bit of a Kurdistan pro now, so this shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, hold on. I need to check this. Does this say starting cores? Level in all core states. Uh-oh. What if I get more core states? I guess we'll come to that later. Does that actually switch our tag, or are we still... I think we're still Iraq, right? Yeah, because that changes to Kurdistan right there. Well, I guess I'm still Iraq, but Kurdistan. Now, whether or not, you know, this actually changes for us to actually having to get that as a core state, we'll figure that out too. If not, no achievement for us. That's right, everyone. Welcome back to Kurdistan, where every day I play Kurdistan. My Turkish viewer base has never been angrier. So in terms of actual Kurdistan content here, there's not a lot, I'll be real with you. We do get an option here which will just flip us over to the Comintern, which could be pretty handy for like some of these early conquests. If you can get yourself into their faction, it might make it a bit easier. Yeah, just throw us straight into the Comintern, which I guess you could then just justify, but I've already done the non-aggression pact stuff with them anyway, and I don't know, could this be useful? Potentially. I mean, I'm trying to like grasp at content that you could have as Kurdistan here, but you know, it is Kurdistan. What am I expecting? Yeah, this does just give you goals right here for your retaking of cores. You do get like this little mountain bonus, and then Kurdish oil for 12 more oil in which doesn't really, it's not great. We got up to 100% stability, so I guess I'll just build this infrastructure, and if we get the achievement, we get it, but I highly doubt we will, because we do have we've got cores everywhere. Yep, didn't get the achievement pop, so that's just a fun little Graveyard of Empires quote. Although, to be fair, I don't think you're supposed to do this as Kurdistan. In fact, I don't think you're really supposed to do much as Kurdistan. There's not a lot to do, but it's going to annoy me if I don't get that achievement, so 1 second. You'll never guess what. Once again, I'm Iraqi gaming. Every day I stare at the construction log in Iraq and hope that one day I'll be done staring at it. Now with that last bit of infrastructure built, there you go. We got an achievement in this random video. Cradle of Civilization. Boom. And now let's go check out India. So we have already looked at the Raj a couple times already, and I do like a few of the things they've changed with the Raj, but some stuff not too big of a fan of. I think it was the communist path I was doing that really sucked. It was specific with getting nations, you could flip nations into your faction and stuff like that. It was just so buggy and messy. It was not that great. And then we also did the Mughals, which is in here somewhere. And that wasn't too bad. I mean, you do get a bit of a scripted piece with the Indians, which I do like, and it works pretty well, at least compared to the Afghan one, I can tell you that much. And then you also have like the Exile Churchill path we did, which is such a random specific scenario that I don't think you're ever really going to see it in a normal game, but we did give it a go, and it was fun-ish, I guess. It wasn't amazing. But the one path I want to figure out if they fixed is Nuclear Gandhi, because that was the first proper game I played as India, I think, where I found that, and it was just broken in so many regards. So let's get to work. So I'm not going to play through this too seriously, I won't lie. I'm just going to do the secret path, if I remember it correctly. I know you have to get Viceroy's bodyguard, then have a cavalry unit in Delhi, and then when you get Gandhi as your leader and you are free, he should get attempted assassination, I should say, and then you get the secret path that should be like over here. So we're taking up about 1 autonomy a day, which means by 1939, I think, if I'm doing the math here correct, we should be free, because we only need to go up 1 to go down here. And yeah, we should be about 1939, which I think where it was last time. I definitely remember that first nuclear Gandhi game going on for a long time, though. That was a painful one. But think about this, if I just let these states revolt, I'd get independence way faster because I contribute war score. Why didn't I think about that before? We could have done this way sooner. Everyone can revolt. Yep, this was 100% the play. If I had just let them all revolt, we'd already be free and we wouldn't actually be finding the Axis. But there you go, we're free. And then we obviously want to put Gandhi in control, and he should get a attempt on his life, which will well, he will survive, but he'll come out of it very different. There you go, Gandhi survives assassination attempt, and I guess I should probably turn my garrisons back on now, because I don't want to keep dealing with these revolts. So from here, I am just going to go ahead and use the console from here, just so that we can auto through a whole bunch of the tech that we need to get, just so we can test this. Oh, they actually do tell you what the uranium tip bullets do now. So before, you just got like a random modifier, but now you do get a look at what the modifiers do, and I guess it's okay. I mean, the heart attack and piercing is pretty good, but okay. Then we get the rolling nuke barrage, which actually, that is really good. A soft attack on your support artillery. Very nice, I gotta say that much. And then obviously at the bottom we have this one. Nukes now destroy 50% of the target state's military factories permanently. Oh, wasn't it civs before? I can't remember if it was civs. I could be wrong, or it just said factories in general, but if it's military factories permanently, maybe they have fixed this. Yeah, nukes are 50% and thermonuclears are 100%, which is, let's test it. Does this work? I just did the research all. If you want to know the command for that, by the way, all of the special projects have special ones, unsurprisingly, where it's SP underscore and then press tab and it will tell you all the ones if you want to mess around on the console with these. Now let's give it a whirl. I should have some ICBMs in me back pocket ready to launch right on into Germany, who have conveniently declared on Poland. Just before we do anything here, let's just check. I'm assuming they have, yep, quite a few military factories over in Berlin. At least they do currently. I don't know if I'd be more annoyed if this works or if it doesn't work. It's such a random niche thing hidden away in a path that most people have probably forgotten is even in the game. I already have a nuke unlocked, so we should theoretically get a whole bunch of those factories, but I'll tag on over in a second. We'll just turn the AI off. We'll wait until this is literally just about to launch and we'll tag over to Germany. Okay, now here we go. This is how many factories we currently have. How many will we have after this nuke arrives and blows up? Never mind, the Indian nuke failed to go off. Let's try that again, shall we? Okay, here you go. We are watching. Will the nuke fail again? There's only a 10% chance it does, and I don't think Indian nukes are very good. What the hell is happening? Failed to 10%. Okay, here we go. This fails again. There's obviously got to be something wrong with what I'm doing here, but we'll try it again. Where? There you go. Okay, and it did. It did actually destroy the factories. I can't believe they've actually fixed it. And yep, they're not in the construction queue. They are permanently removed from the map, which, again, that's probably one of the most overpowered things in the game, and it's just hidden away in like a nuclear Gandhi meme path. Although, I guess if you do the strat I did, where you actually just let these guys revolt, you can get independent as India really, really quickly. So potentially this might be a little bit more viable of a path to do, but overall, I'm just glad it works now. If you remember just how annoyed it was, and disappointed really I was when I got to this, and it just did nothing on release, which is, I just can't believe that was allowed. How did they not check that? But, you know, it does look like they fixed India for the most part. And I do think a couple of the paths are fun for India, but, you know, there's just such a sour taste left in everyone's mouth from this DLC. And still, I don't think, did they even change anything with Iraq other than giving them the Sadat-bad back? I mean, Sadat-bad is, yeah, I guess something, but I'm not entirely sure they've changed anything. Someone could correct me down below, but I'm doubtful. I didn't check Iran either because, again, I was looking through their stuff, and correct me if I'm wrong, nothing looks that dissimilar to what I remember seeing. They did change a couple of the focuses, I know that, specifically the Persian Empire one, someone told me about that one. But Afghanistan's the only one that really gets a whole bunch of new paths, and they're not great, but there are something. I guess they put something in for them. Definitely the nation that got the biggest glow up, or not even glow up, just a whole bunch of stuff was India with their new paths and the Mughal stuff, and then they actually made their paths work now, and the Churchill one as well. So, did they fix the DLC? Maybe. Is it good now? No. It's still not very fun or good. But I highly doubt they're going to come back and rework any more of this stuff. And yeah, I probably won't be playing any of the nations in it. They're not that great. They're not that fun. India is probably the best content-wise in terms of what they can actually get up to as well. But other than that, bad. But hey, at least we got one achievement randomly today, and I had 4 games as Iraq. Oh, sorry, never mind. It was only the 3 games as Iraq, and then the first one was just a non-Iron Man game. So do we count it, or is it just lost to the archives? But yeah, either way, I hope you enjoyed this very weird video, just kind of overviewing and seeing what they really did with this DLC. Because again, I don't think it's ever going to get better now at this point. They gave it a little bit of a rework, but don't buy it if this doesn't appeal to you in the slightest, because it doesn't appeal to me, and I own it. But if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe down below, and let me know what you think. Did you enjoy the changes that they made to Graveyard of Empires, and did they change anything with Iraq and Iran? Let me know. I tried looking, but there was no fun to be had.